Hello guys, nanonood po kayo ng The News Listener. Ako po si Angelo at balikan natin tong hearing noong April 14, 2026 doon sa Committee on Justice sa House of Representatives. Dito tinalakay yung uh, pag-appear ni Ramil Madriaga at uh, pinaka masayang part dito guys ay yung na pumasok na yung ating paboritong si Paolo Marcoleta. Okay. So pakinggan natin at mukhang hindi ito pinalagpas ng kaniyang mga kasamahan doon sa Committee on Justice. Okay? So kung nakikita nyo, dito lalabas na si Ramil Madriaga kasi time niya. I believe sinabi ng isa sa mga mambabatas na kailangan niya nang bumalik doon sa BGMP o sa kung saan man siya dapat bumalik before 4 or 5 p.m. ng hapon. Okay? At nakapaglabas siya ng kanyang affidavit or supplemental affidavit. Okay? Now dito, paborito natin si Mr. Paulo Marcoleta. Hindi talaga nalalagpas na meron siyang pasabog sa hearing, di ba? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and watch this.
The hearing is resumed.
Hmm.
The Honorable Marcoleta.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I take it to mean that despite the approval of the chair to allow make a manifestation.
So long
The
it is
witness.
relevant to the subject matter of this impeachment hearing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam.
You may proceed.
Two manifestations, ma'am. Number one is to of the witness. Just
So-
information about the witness.
If that pertains to the credibility of resource person Ramil Madriaga, I will have to prevent you. With all due respect, Honorable Marcoleta.
Not really about the credibility, ma'am, but about the character of the witness.
The character and the
The
credibility
identity
are
of the
one and the
witness.
same.
Yes. Ma'am, if I may be allowed.
And therefore, you are not allowed.
I'm sorry. Naka-mute ako. By the way, guys, so yun na nga, nagtatawanan naman yung ating idol kasi akala, akalain niya o akala niya ay pwedeng lumusot yung manifestation ng karakter ni Ramil Madriaga. Well, kung titignan mo at iisipin mo kung questionin mo yung kanyang karakter o ilalahad mo yung karakter niya dito sa hearing, ganun pa rin eh. Magiging test ng credibility na yan. Diba? O sige, continue natin.
Because character is credibility.
Ma'am, if I may clarify, prior to this hearing, I saw reports that you said that the purpose of this hearing is to test the credibility of Mr. Madriaga, but now we are now denying
At least
The
with
objective of
respect
this
to the
hearing.
contents of the affidavit.
affidavit.
So long as it is contained in the affidavit, then we are confined in the limitations of a clarificatory hearing.
So ang manifestation, ma'am, should be confined only to the
We can test the
directive of the chair.
credibility so long as it is
Okay, ma'am.
limited to the contents
ma'am.
of the affidavit.
Then I will go to the second manifestation.
Hindi niya napilit. Dalawang manifestation eh. Kasi yung una, karakter ni Ramil Madriaga. Now, hindi niya ma-presenta yon kasi doon patungo yung kanyang manifestation. Di ba? At pinipilit niya na sabi niyo sa interview to check the credibility. Pero yung pinag-uusapan lang is it's all about clarificatory questions to clarify o pag-clarify ng mga impormasyon sa affidavit ni Ramil. Katulad ng pag-clarify na pumunta ka ba talaga doon sa bar? Oh, tapos sagot ni Ramil, yes, yes po. O yun, yan ang pag-clarify. Kung pag-uusapan yung probing question, sino yung kasama mo doon sa loob? O yan, yan. Probing question yan. Diba? The person will say, si ano po, ganito, ganyan. Okay. So, that's probing more question at hindi bawal na bawal yan dito sa hearing na ito. At kung napanood nyo po, ang dami pong mga committee members ng Justice na pinahinto ng chairman na si Congressman Luistro. Okay, so sige, continue natin.
Okay.
This is also regarding the affidavit itself.
Okay, you may proceed.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I have carefully reviewed the written testimony, and I am compelled, as member of this House, representative of the Filipino people, to fully place on the record observations that I believe this committee must confront before it receives, admits, or gives any weight to this document. The issues I will raise go not merely to credibility, but about it is about the content of the affidavit itself. Number one, Madam Chair, I respectfully submit the following. Number one, the testimony is entirely uncorroborated and rests solely on the word of a detained criminal suspect.
You are touching on the credibility again.
Ma'am, but
And
this is
please,
Kita nyo? Kumbaga, kina-question na yung so suspect siya sa isang kidnapping na final ni Harry Roque. At dito, sinasabi niya na itong tao na to ay merong record ng criminality. So that's still touching, di ba? At hindi yan dapat dinidiscuss doon. Okay? Sa ibang korte na yan. O, sige.
this is about
it has
the
been
testimony.
amply discussed, Honorable Marcoleta, that even suspects are presumed innocent. Hindi pa po convicted si Ramil Madriaga, and he is entitled to that presumption.
Yun.
So let us refrain.
At guys, hindi po ako, kumaga, hindi ko po sinasabi na credible si Ramil Madriaga. Until such time, malaman natin yung mga iba't ibang impormasyon na makakapagtunay yung aligasyon niya. Okay? At again, hindi pa tapos yung kaso ni Ramil doon sa kidnapping case. At yung unang kidnapping case, Korte Suprema mismo ang nagsabi at nag-deny, not deny, but rather pinawalang sala sila doon sa kidnapping case. Okay? Sige.
From making reference to the fact that he is detained in going at the contents of the affidavit.
Ano lang po ang pwede kong sabihin, ma'am?
Anything that is about
Tatawa si ma'am sa likod, tapos si sir. Yan na nga ang problema kasi meron na siyang script yan sa papel, kitang-kita niyo. At siya mismo nagsabi, anong pwede pong sabihin? Di ba?
Ang
that is
nangyayari kasi
contained
dito,
in the affidavit.
Madam Chair.
ang gusto lang pong mapakinggan dito ay kung ano lang naayon.
Ito naman si Marcoleta, idol naayon sa miyembro. Hindi siguro nakikinig. Kasi halos yung mga ibang mamabatas, nakinig ako part ni Congressman Chel Jokno, tapos yung kay Congressman Leila de Lima, halos yung mga tinatanong nila hindi nag-go through kasi probing question na. Tapos dito, sasabihin niya na yung mga yung mga ibang miyembro naayon lang sa kanilang gusto. Pero siya hindi.
You
Posisyon
are
naman na nasa kabila.
you are making mention about the fact that he is a detainee because
Ma'am,
you want to
if I may be
tackle
allowed
his
to finish the
character.
statement. It's just,
Yes.
the one I mentioned is just a title. I'm not even going to the body of my manifestation, ma'am.
Sige.
Ano title being prevented
All
me
right,
from
please
speaking?
proceed.
Conversations between former President Rodrigo Duterte and others, including a purported agreement to use President Marcos merely as a political tool and seat him by 2025. Alleged plans to sabotage the administration. Or criminal scheme. Madam Chairman, I ask this committee to carefully consider the following. Claims is supported by any recording, any other named witness, or any contemporaneous written record of any kind. We are being asked to accept as evidence uncorroborated written recollections of a man.
If I may interrupt.
Very, Madam Chair.
Yes, what's the
Madam Chair,
parliamentary
may
query?
I know?
Is tantamount to a
On a manifest. But they cannot raise questions. You may
we are being asked to accept as evidence in a constitutional impeachment proceeding the bare and uncorroborated written recollections of a man currently detained for kidnap for ransom, a man whom the PNP anti-kidnapping group officially described as the leader of one of the most dangerous criminal syndicates in recent Philippine history. The standard of evidence in an ordinary criminal case already demands corroboration of testimony from interested or compromised witnesses. The standard in an impeachment proceeding, which carries the gravest of political and constitutional consequences, must demand no less and arguably demands far more. Number two, Madam Chair, the witness places himself as an active participant in the very conspiracy he described. Madam Chairman, I wish to draw the committee's attention to a point that I believe has not been sufficiently examined. This witness is not a passive observer of the events he describes. By his own written account, he is an active and willing participant in them. According to this written testimony, if I may read, Madam Chair, the witness claims he was personally consulted by the former President, Duterte, and offered strategic advice. He personally recommended the creation of a dedicated security unit for the Vice President and identified its headquarters. He claims he was given specific assignments to recruit civil groups, school clubs, fraternities, underworld criminal gangs, and syndicates as part of an alleged plan to destabilize the government. He describes having knowledge of and apparent proximity to discussions about assassinations, coups, and the assault of the presidential palace. Madam Chair, if we take this testimony at face value, then the man sitting before this committee is not merely a witness. He is, by his own admission, a co-conspirator in a criminal enterprise of the highest order. He is a man who claims to have knowingly participated in plots that, if true, would constitute rebellion, sedition, and conspiracy to commit murder among the gravest crimes under Philippine law. This raises a question that this committee committee cannot in good conscience ignore. Why is this self-confessed co-conspirator being presented here as a credible witness rather than being investigated and prosecuted for the crimes he himself admits to participating in? And more importantly, has this witness been offered any form of immunity, protection, or accommodation in exchange for this testimony? If so, this committee and the Filipino people have an absolute right to know.
Ramil Madriaga stated earlier that his giving testimony to this committee is not in consideration of any offer coming from anyone.
May I make a manifestation, Madam Chair?
The Honorable Chua.
Aray.
Chair. Madam Chair, we are not accepting everything that root. We are here.
Oh, yun. Hindi naman sinasabi na tinatanggap na nila. Okay? So, kumbaga, yung kanyang testimony, just to verify kung ano man to o hindi. Siyempre, ang sa dulo, dun pa rin sa impeachment court. O, di ba? O, sige, continue
Here.
natin.
To make clarificatory question with respect. That is for purposes of determination of probable cause. Now, the time will come, that is, pag papunta po tayo sa Senado, pag nagtuloy-tuloy na po sa trial, that is the time where we will test the credibility of the statement of the witness, which is Ramil Madriaga. There, during the hearing, pwede
diba?
po siyang i-cross-examine ng mga abogado. At hindi po tayo ang magsasabi dito kung yung salita po niya ay totoo o hindi. Ang magsasabi po niyan ay yung mga senator judges na tatayong hukom sa Senado. Kaya ang trabaho lamang dito ay lang.
Oh, alam mo na, Marcoleta? Ayan, pinapaliwanag pa sa'yo ng isang abogado. At siguro kung matagal ka na, kung isa ka sa mga staff ng tatay mo nung panahon na congressman yung tatay mo, dapat alam mo yung mga ganitong proceedings, ganitong mga paraan. Yung kanyang manifestation, mukhang gusto niyang i-lessen yung credibility ni Madriaga. Oh.
Ang itetest na po natin yung credibility, that is already trial, Madam Chair. Kaya nga po kanina, lahat po ng mga miyembro, kung mapapansin po ninyo, halos nakatikim po ng objection sa ating Madam Chair dahil yung mga tanong po nila ay wala na sa affidavit at yun po ang tinatawag na probing question na. Kaya, Madam Chair, hindi po totoo na lahat po yun ay tinatanggap na po natin. Hindi po porke pinagbigyan natin si Ramil Madriaga na magsalita, ibig sabihin po yun na ang katotohanan. Malalaman po natin ang katotohanan pagdating po sa Senado. Maraming salamat po.
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair.
Yan pa. Sige.
Honorable De Lima, and then we go back to Honorable Marcoleta.
gusto ko lang pong dagdagan yung sinabi ni Representative Chua. Ang parang pinakapunto po ni Representative Marcoleta is that kapag co-conspirator ka o kaya insider ka, may mga alam ka dahil kasama ka sa mga gumawa ng kung mga ano-ano, ay hindi ka nakapanipaniwala. May I again cite a jurisprudential rule, Napoles versus Sandigan Bayan, GR number 224162, November 7, 2017. The Supreme Court ruled that the mere fact that the whistleblowers were conspirators themselves does not automatically render their testimonies incredible and unreliable. Sabi niyo po yung may mga alam. And we can point out the cases of in the case against the former president, Kanya. These are co-conspirators. These are insiders. But their testimonies prosecutors, and that's why they are the star witnesses, among the star witnesses in that case. So hindi po yan tamang argument na kapag na totality of the testimony, maraming alam. And in fact, yung pagiging insider, that bolsters one's credibility. But sabi nga ni Representative ay
Yan. Kasi yung script ni Marcoleta ay sinusunod niya lang. Ewan ko kung sino nag-type nun o meron na sigurong taga-type at dapat sundin niya na lang. Kita mo, mas instead na gumawa siya ng mas mabuti na manifestation, yun pa rin yung kanyang point na hindi dapat paniwalaan itong si Madriaga kasi kriminal siya. Suspect siya sa isang krimen. Well, in fact, hindi pa na finalize yung kanyang criminal case. O yan, nag-aaral ka ulit. Okay guys, salamat po sa panonood. At kung meron po kayong comment o suggestion sa ating video, paki-comment po sa ating comment section. At kung nagustuhan niyo po ito, please hit po ng like and subscribe button. Salamat and see you po sa susunod na video.